How's it going, guys? This is Najam. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to review the EarAcoustic Audio STA-K in-ear monitors. So before I do start, for those of you who do get butthurt about disclaimers, these were sent in for me to review. And there is an affiliate link from Keep Hi-Fi. I'll leave a link in the description, and you can get 30% off discount using the code in the description. So these have a dual dynamic driver setup. If you look closely at the earphones, as you can see, a 6mm PET dynamic driver, and you can also see a 10mm dual magnet beryllium coated diaphragm dynamic driver. These are 32 ohms and they weigh 0.68 grams, so which is very lightweight. They have a 100 decibel sensitivity and a frequency range from 20 to 20 kilohertz, which is pretty typical. Now let's talk about the price. These cost around £50 or $50. You can get different versions. They come with the standard 3.5mm version with no mic. You can also get these with the mic, and you can also get a Type-C version that has the mic built in. Now let's talk about the cable. We'll talk about the specification of the cable. This is the provided cable that comes with these. So this is 1.2 meters long. It's silver plated oxygen free copper cable, and it uses the 0.78 2-pin connector to connect the earphones. So you can get a different third-party cable if you want. Now they do say it's tangle free, but it's actually not. It gets tangled up a little bit, but that's okay. It's very flexible. I like the quality. I like the look of it. It's pretty nice. And as a provided cable, it's a decent cable. And personally, for me, I wouldn't really upgrade it, because unless it was really bad, then I would. But this is a decent cable. I'm not gonna upgrade the cable. Although saying that, if you do upgrade it to a much more expensive cable, you will notice a difference in the sound. Okay, let's take a look around the in-ear monitors. As you can see, these have, if the camera focuses, these have a very nice design. So Keep Hi-Fi have been sending me these in-ear monitors, like the MC04s over here. They've got a very nice design as well, and I have a review of those on my channel, so check that out. And these ones also have a very nice design, and more details on the design in the unboxing video. You can see very nice. These are very stylish. It almost looks like a diamond. I'm not sure if it's, well, okay, obviously it's not real, but it does look very nice. Same thing with the cable. You can see it's a designed cable. I think it's got silver angel written on the side of it, so that's pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about the comfort. Now these are very lightweight, and they are very comfy as well. I can wear these for a pretty long time, so that's pretty nice. Now I will say one thing: the nozzle, as you can see, is that some people might find this a little bit long. I do, because my ear canals are very short, so I do find this a bit long, but this is pretty typical. I mean, this is like normal in this day and age. You do find nozzles that are a bit long, and I haven't really had much issue with it, but they keep sometimes just pushing themselves out, because it's a bit of a longer nozzle than the MC04s, but that's just personal experience. And also, let's talk about the sound isolation. Now these obviously do not have active noise cancelling or anything. They don't have a microphone built inside of them either. Now the sound isolation from these in-ear monitors is decent. The only reason I'm saying that is because I have heard better sound isolation. It might be because sometimes they push themselves slowly out of the ears and I have to push them back in. But also what I've noticed is it doesn't block out some of the high frequencies and some of the mid frequencies as well, so I can hear stuff around me unless I'm playing really loud. So that is something to know. Okay, let's talk about the sound quality, and then we'll talk about the pros and cons. Now I used this with my laptop, which sounds like garbage because you can hear the hiss. I've also used it with the 7Hz 71 USB digital to analog converter, which is very nice, and it sounds really good with that. The sound from these in-ear monitors is very neutral. You get really nice detail because of the two dynamic drivers, and it is using a dual magnetic driver, so it's got two magnets. Well, it's got one magnet on each side, so that's pretty nice. The sound, the detail is pretty nice as well. It's better than the MC04s detail wise. The soundstage is a good size as well, so it does extend out of the head. It's not just a sort of like a very small mono sound. So I mean, it's not huge, but it's a good soundstage. And also because it is a bit faster than the other dynamic drivers from cheaper EDM monitors, the imaging is much better as well. And you do get the dynamic driver sound if you're into that, because this is using two dynamic drivers, and so you do get that dynamic driver sound. Now, I will say, compared to the M50Xs, which is the headphones that I use all the time, and also the MC04s, these do sound ever so slightly mellow. And I think some people might like that. I do like it because it does sound a bit more saturated, a bit more vibrant, or at least it feels that way. But overall, the sound is ever so slightly mellow, and I do like it. It's pretty nice. So that's the sound. It's a neutral sound. It's not bass heavy in any way. It's not a bright sound. It's a neutral sound. So that's pretty nice. And because this is using a silver plated cable, the highs are smooth. They're not piercing in the ears or anything like that. So that's pretty nice. I honestly, I know for the price they do sound pretty nice. I'm sure there's something much better out there, but it comes down to personal preference. If you prefer a planar driver, you're not going to find that from here. This is a dynamic driver, and that's the sound that you get from this in-ear monitor. Okay, now let's talk about the pros and the cons. So what I like about this is the sound, the comfort, and also the design. Very nice. Also, the price actually decent. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's a pretty good price. You get an improvement in the sound compared to the MC04s, which are much cheaper. Now, the only thing I dislike about this, and this is just personal preference, I am nitpicking. Sometimes I feel like maybe it's the drive configuration, but compared to the other headphones and in-ear monitors, these ones do seem like they are stretching the sound out a little bit to push the sound towards the outer edge of the soundstage from the center. So I just feel like that's what it's doing. And I've noticed that on some in-ear monitors as well as some headphones, but it's only a little bit. So that's okay because it sounds pretty nice. But that's just from my experience. Okay, let's go ahead and conclude. Um, I'd say the price reflects the sound from these because they do sound better than the MC04s, and they do cost a little bit more as well. But apart from that, I don't really have any complaints. These are decent in-ear monitors, and you do get a very nice sound from these, and I do like the sound. So if you do have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in another video.